Hey everyone, welcome to week 16 of the college football season, or what we can call championship weekend. Well, we made it to the end of the season. It's had some ups and downs with the COVID situation going on, but we made it here. There are quite a few regular season games going on this week, but this week for our picks, we're going to focus on the 10 championship games. So let's just go ahead and jump right into it. We're going to jump in with some Friday night games. Our first one is the Conference USA Championship game between UAB and Marshall, played at Marshall. So Marshall is a team that looked pretty good the first part of the season. They were ranked for a while, but then they had an upset loss a couple weeks ago where they just got kind of handed to them by a team that probably shouldn't have. So that kind of puts this game in a little bit of jeopardy. But I think they'll be able to bounce back. UAB is not a great team, so I think Marshall will be able to bounce back, especially playing at home. So I have Marshall winning this game. Marshall at home against UAB in a Conference USA Championship game. Our next Friday night championship is the MAC Championship, played in Detroit. We have Ball State going up against Buffalo. This one's going to be a pretty easy one to pick. Buffalo has looked great all season long. They have one of the best running backs in the country. They have gone through pretty much every opponent that they have played this year. That will happen again this week. Buffalo big in this one. Buffalo over Ball State for the MAC Championship. Our next Friday night championship game is the Pac12 Championship. We have Oregon traveling to USC. Washington was supposed to play in this game as the North representative. Obviously, because of COVID, they were not able to go. So Oregon's going to take their place. This, to me, is one of the tougher matchups to pick of this weekend. USC is a team that basically should have lost almost every single game that they played, but they came back in the fourth quarter at least 3 or 4 times this season. I think they'll be able to do it again. Oregon has not looked great this season. They were coming in as one of the highest ranked teams in the Pac-12, have not looked that way. I think it's going to be close in the first half. I think Oregon could lead going into the fourth, but USC will find a way to pull it out again and finish the regular season undefeated. I have USC over Oregon for the Pac-12 Championship. Let's go to our Saturday championship game now. We're going to start out in the Mountain West Conference. We have Boise State playing 24th ranked San Jose State in Las Vegas. San Jose State, as I mentioned, has looked great this season. They've made it through the Mountain West regular season undefeated. Boise State finished 5-1. Their only loss was to non-conference BYU. So who's going to win this matchup? San Jose State, this is the first time in the Mountain West Championship. Boise State has been here year in and year out. That means Boise State knows what to expect, knows what it means. I think Boise State will be able to pull off this win and give San Jose State their first loss of the season. I have Boise State winning over San Jose State for the Mountain West Championship. Next, let's go to the Sun Belt Fun Belt. We have a rematch up here between 19th ranked Louisiana and 12th ranked Coastal Carolina. This was an amazing matchup a few weeks ago that Coastal Carolina won 30-27. Louisiana has looked great with only that they lost to Coastal Carolina on the books. Coastal Carolina has had a couple close calls this season, but a couple really big wins as well. I think Louisiana is going to pull it out in this one, though. I think they'll be able to come back. The second time will be the charm. It's always hard to beat a team first in the second time you face them during the season. Because of that, I have Louisiana pulling off a minor upset in this one. 19th Louisiana will hand 12th ranked Coastal Carolina their first loss of the season for the Sun Belt Championship. Next, let's go to the American Conference Championship. We have 23rd ranked Tulsa traveling to 9th ranked Cincinnati. This is a matchup that was supposed to happen last week as a regular season game. They decided to cancel because of COVID, knowing that they were going to play again this week for the championship anyway. Cincinnati has just looked great all season. On the flip side, Tulsa's a team that probably should have lost a couple times during the regular season, but found ways to come back from major deficits. I just don't think they'll be able to do that against a team of the caliber of Cincinnati. So because of that, I have Cincinnati winning this game. 9th-ranked Cincinnati will win at home over 23rd-ranked Tulsa for the American Championship. Next, let's go to the Big Ten Championship game playing in Indianapolis. We have 14th-ranked Northwestern against 4th-ranked Ohio State. Northwestern has obviously been the surprise team in the Big Ten. I don't think anybody really expected them to make it to the championship game. Ohio State, on the flip side, they probably shouldn't have made this championship game, but the Big Ten made an exception to allow a 5-0 team in, and it makes sense because Ohio State is the cream of the crop of the Big Ten by far. They're trying to get Ohio State, a team from the Big Ten, into the national semifinals. They had to play this game. They have to win this game. They have to win this game big. I think they will do it. Ohio State will win big over Northwestern for the Big Ten Championship. Next, let's go to the Big 12 Championship game. It's another rematch. We have 10th-ranked Oklahoma against 6th-ranked Iowa State in Dallas at the AT&T Stadium. We know that this took place in the 3rd week of the regular season. Oklahoma went out to a big lead. Iowa State came back to win in the second half. That was the second loss for Oklahoma, both the same way. After this Iowa State game is when the Oklahoma defense really started to pick up. We know Iowa State has a strong team. They've struggled a little bit on the offensive side over the past couple weeks, but their defense is legit. I think this is going to be a great matchup. I think now that Oklahoma is balanced on both sides of their ball, though, I think they'll be able to win this rematch, especially, like I said, in the Louisiana-Coastal Carolina game. It's hard to beat a team twice in the same season. Because of that, I'm going to pick Oklahoma in this game. They are the favorite team, even though they're lower ranked. I think they will win this matchup. 10th-ranked Oklahoma over 6th-ranked Iowa State in the Big 12 Championship. Next, let's go to the SEC Championship game. We have 1st-ranked Alabama against 7th-ranked Florida. This game is taking place in Atlanta. Alabama has just looked great all season. They had one close call against Ole Miss early in the season. Florida, on the other hand, has just come off a loss to LSU that was just a devastating loss to them. They were embarrassed by that loss. Alabama's just too good a team. They're going to be able to put a big win on over Florida. I don't think this matchup's going to even be that close. Maybe for a half, but Alabama will pull away in the second half. Alabama over Florida in the SEC Championship game. Now let's go to the marquee matchup of championship weekend, the ACC Championship game. Our 3rd rematch going on. We have 3rd-ranked Clemson against 2nd-ranked Notre Dame. This matchup is taking place in Charlotte. If you remember, Notre Dame pulled off the upset over Clemson earlier in the season, but Clemson was without Trevor Lawrence. It was the first game without Trevor Lawrence. It was a game on the road without Trevor Lawrence, and they have Trevor Lawrence back. That's all it's going to take for Clemson to be able to win this matchup. Notre Dame will keep it close for a half, but Clemson wants to show that they're legit, and they need to be able to win this rematch over Notre Dame. They will do it. 2nd-ranked Clemson over 3rd-ranked Notre Dame for the ACC Championship. So a lot of really strong championship games going on. I hope you all are able to go out and enjoy the championship games. I want to thank all of you for sticking with me through this season. It's been a crazy season. My sincere hope is that by the time the 2021 season comes along, we'll be able to go back on the road. I'll be able to find some matchups. I'll be able to get my road trips back going on. I hope to take all of you on my journey with me for those road trips, so stick around. Everybody have a great holiday season. Enjoy championship season. We'll talk to you again in the 2021 season.